Hi there beautiful creatures, welcome back. Today I have a couple of things that arrived in the mail that I wanted to unbox for you, and the first one is this amazing book called Balkan Traditional Witchcraft. I found out about this book through, I was actually watching a Vice documentary on Serbian magic. It's sort of like Serbian, Romanian kind of mashup culture of people who live up that way in Serbia called, what is it called? Vichy Magia, so Vichy magic, basically. And it was all in Serbian and stuff, and it really reminded me a lot of my grandmother and all the people there that have really strong traditional roots that kind of they then blended it in with the Christian belief system, the sort of Serbian Orthodox system that came in later. But a lot of those traditions are still practiced today by a lot of people, probably unbeknownst to them of where it came from. It just sort of got passed down through the families and stuff. And quite a lot of that magic and that language was familiar to me because, as I've mentioned before, my grandmother practiced her form of witchcraft in that way. And yeah, so I got this book, Balkan Traditional Witchcraft, which is translated from Serbian by Michael C. Carter, and the book is by Radomir Ristic. So it goes into a whole bunch of things, so I'll just read what it goes into. So it's primarily from the Balkan area, but specifically around Serbia and those parts, which is amazing because it's exciting to me. That's my heritage, and I've been slowly getting into, you know, I was questioning before, you know, what it means to me to be a witch and why do I call myself that, and I'm kind of slowly figuring out why that is and kind of my path and my ancestry and this whole stuff. So basically, it goes into different chapters. So it talks about ancient witchcraft in the Balkans, initiations, ritual trance, witch supplies and attributes, structure and types of rituals, divination, supernatural creatures and sacred animals, sacred, magical and medicinal herbs, numbers, colors and symbols, the witch's calendar, bibliography and index. So there's a whole bunch of stuff as well as pictures, and like I said, I'm really excited because it really does focus on Serbia, which is kind of where my family is from and my background. So I'm super excited to sink my teeth into this book, and I can't wait to read it and maybe even review it for you guys if that's something you're interested in. The second one is a deck, and it is The Goddess Oracle by Sophie Marashinsky, and I've been leaving pesky little comments on basically everybody's channel about this, like, tell me more about this deck, what does Artemis look like in this deck? And I've pretty much stalked everyone that I know's review of this deck, and from those reviews alone I am really excited to have this deck in my life. As you guys know, I've been sort of focusing a lot more on divine feminine and a goddess-centered kind of path and practice, which feels very natural to me, the way that it's come about, because of my dream featuring Artemis and Diana and that kind of stuff. So this is published by US Games, so I'm sure everybody has probably seen this deck before. It's one of the most popular goddess decks out there because it has a sort of a universality about it, and I really love it because it is culturally accurate to how these goddesses would look. The artwork is just stunning, so it kind of lifts off like that. It's a really good box, really good box. And this is the book, which I've also heard is really spectacular and amazing. And people read like the spreads using the Goddess Oracle, why the goddess. Ooh, I just read something really interesting there. There we go. I read this, and I'm gonna read it out now. So, why the goddess? Because we are women, diverse women, who need to see the divine feminine reflected back to us, from ourselves to our goddesses and back to ourselves, because all women are the goddess, and it's time we saw ourselves that way. Bam! That's all that needs to be said, really. I've been thinking a lot about, and I think that has to do with my work with the goddess Artemis, I've been thinking a lot about reclaiming myself, reclaiming the self as a woman, reclaiming this body, and forgiving myself for experiencing such, not only, I guess, well, it was, at one point, it was hate towards myself, and it was hate and resentment towards the bodies of other women. You know, if it was a body that I thought was attractive and I wanted to attain it but I couldn't, I would resent the woman that had that body. And, you know, as we all do at such a young stage, because that's kind of how we're brought up. It's how we're culturally kind of conditioned by broader society to think in these terms. Anyway, so part of my work with that is, yeah, reclaiming the self and forgiving myself for having those thought patterns and that kind of stuff. So anyway, onto the deck. So this is the back. The ever dreaded shrink wrap issue. And I don't want to ruin my nails because it's my birthday on Friday. Oh, success at last. So yes, my hair is different. Woo! It's got green in it. I've got these little triggers. Have really short at the back. It's sort of like a Chelsea, kind of punk Chelsea cut, but a little bit more modern and different. I really love it. Okay, so I'm gonna flick through the cards. I mean, probably everybody and their mother knows what the images in this deck look like, but I will not show all of them to you. So the first card that we have here is Amaterasu, and her keyword is beauty. I love the simplicity of the design as well. Like, it really just allows the cards to speak for themselves, I think. Aphrodite, love. When I saw this, I thought it was so great because she looks like a Greek woman, you know, like the same features and stuff. So you can tell a lot of research was done into this deck to make it culturally diverse. Here we go. Here she is. Oh, this is more beautiful in person. Artemis? That's one of my favorite depictions because it has all the elements. It's got, you know, she was the goddess of the moon, so it's got the full moon there, the hunter's moon. It's got the deer. She's got an eagle or a hawk there as well, and the hair too, and of course one breast uncovered, and she's very athletic looking, but she has a very Greek or Roman nose, which is awesome. Baba Yaga. Oh, I love this depiction of her actually. I love both versions. I love the fierce one in the sirens, goddesses and sirens, and this one because it sort of reminds me of a traditional old granny, old like Serbian Hungarian granny or something. So I love that, and she looks so mischievous as well, which is kind of the energy for me of Baba Yaga. Bast. I'm not sure if I like this particular depiction of Bast because the smile on the cat kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I definitely get that sensation and energy of play, and I kind of like that because that's a different way for me of viewing the energy of Bast. Bloodwood? Bloodwood. Betrayal? God, I love that. That's one of, oh, that's a beautiful card. Bridget? Inspiration. I said I wasn't going to show all the cards to you, but we'll see how we go. My phone might cut out anyway. Caradwin? Ceridwen or Caradwin? I never know how to pronounce it. Changing Woman? Coatlicue? Corn Woman? That's beautiful. Wow. Demeter? I love this depiction of Demeter. I love the snake. Durga? Ostara? Well, I pronounce it Ostara. It could be Easter. It could be Easter, actually. The Erinyes. That's beautiful, beautiful. Crisis. And their faces as well. Wow. Eurynomy. Ecstasy. And there's so much serpent energy in this deck. I love that. I heavily identify with reptiles, particularly snakes and lizards, crocodiles, basically any reptile. That's beautiful. Freya. Sexuality. I love that because she's sort of an older, like a mother energy. Gildeptis. Synthesis. Hathor, pleasure. I love this depiction of Hathor. I think that's so beautiful. Hecate, crossroads. She is another goddess that's been showing up in my life, and some people say she is the older woman's Artemis, the crone energy's Artemis, so no wonder. Oh, Hestia. I love this. Wow, these depictions are quite amazing. Inanna, embracing the shadow. That's powerful. Yes, one of my favorite depictions of Isis. Ixchel. That's beautiful. I love that there are some goddesses I've never heard of. This is an amazing depiction of Kali. Yeah, that's fucking incredible. Look at that. And beautiful depiction of Kuan Yin. Absolutely stunning. Lady of Beasts. I don't know who that is, but I love her. She's like pregnant and naked and everything. And all the phases of the moon surround her. Lakshmi. I love that, and I love the body type as well. Lilith. Probably my favorite depiction of Lilith that I've seen out of the goddess decks that I own. And an energy that I really like. Mat. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, Maeve, that is gorgeous. Yep, I've definitely fallen in love with these cards. Oh no, they're falling. Maya or Maya. Minerva. Wow, beliefs. That's beautiful. Oh, Morgan Le Fay. Fucking hell, that's amazing. That's another energy I've been working a bit closer with as well. On my fairy altar, I have the depiction of her done in the Goddess Wisdom cards by Susan Seddon-Belay. Nukwa. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Nut. Mystery. I love that. Oh, I love the diversity in this. This is one of my favorite depictions too. Oya, change. That thunder energy. So awesome. Pele Awakening. I love that. Oh, I love these cards. Sedna. I love this depiction of Sedna because even though she's an incredibly empowering goddess, her story is quite tragic and one of sacrifice. So I really like that. Shakti energy. I love that. The egg. The egg is such a great symbol, isn't it? Sophia, wisdom. That's beautiful. Angelic energy in that one. I find myself more and more being less judgmental or scrutinizing of the energies that reach out to work with me. And so I've never been into Ascended Masters or Angels, but I've been working with the Crystal Mandala Oracle, and that features all of them. And it's kind of opened my awareness, realizing that just because you put a name on something doesn't mean that it can't appear to you. The same energies can't appear to you in another name, you know? So like if someone calls someone the angel Gabriel, that same energy can appear to me either as I can name it the angel Gabriel, or it can be something else entirely for me. And I kind of like that. So I'm open to it now, which is quite interesting and nice. Solace, illness and wellness. Oh, I love this depiction. Yamaya, surrender. A story about this. So I noticed, as the Bard's Lament, or Storytelling Tea and Tarot noticed, that the Mermaid's Oracle has a Yamaya, but she's white. And when I didn't know anything about this, but when I found out that she is not a white goddess, like at all, in any way, shape, or form, I had to get rid of that oracle deck. So yeah, I no longer own the Oracle of Mermaids, partially because I never really connected to it, and that might be why. But secondly, because as soon as I found that out, I just kind of had quite an aversion to that. Ocean, sensuality. Uzume, laughter. She's amazing. Beautiful. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Pachamama, healing, holding, holy. Yeah, that's beautiful. She's wise, mothering. Rhiannon, doubt. Oh, Sekhmet, anger and rage. Yes, I love Sekhmet so much. So much. Then Sheila Nagig, which is a fucking powerful image, and every time anyone shows this on camera or like looking at it now, part of me recoils in some kind of like, whoa, fuck. Like, it's not disgust. It's just like, it smacks you right in the fucking face. And for this image alone, that's why I would get this deck. There are not many pieces of artwork and imagery out there that make me feel such a visceral reaction. And I think everything in this card is just fascinating because of that reason. Sphinx, challenge. I like that they all have very real boobs, like they're kind of stylized to fit the image. Sorry, I'm like getting closer and closer and my excitement is going to eat you. Okay. And the last one is Tara, centering. Sorry, things got a bit weird there. They tend to get a bit weird with me. If you know me, if you know this channel, you know that things get weird. So that was the Goddess Oracle by Sophia Marashinsky, and I hope I didn't get all the cards out of order now because they were sliding about. I probably did. That's alright. That's okay. So I'm really in love with this deck already. I really love it. I look forward to working with this deck and the guidebook together. I feel like there is a lot of brilliant wisdom for me to kind of dive into with this deck and with the guidebook. Yeah, I don't know, there's not much, like, I feel like I'm heading into a very interesting place spiritually, like, a lot of new things, a lot of new awareness is being opened up to me at this point in time, which is really exciting. And kind of scary because it's making me realize a lot of things about myself. I guess you could say that I'm going through a bit of shadow work at the moment, but yeah, I don't know. It's been an interesting ride so far, and I'm definitely experiencing a lot more shifts spiritually and within my life that makes sense to me synchronistically than I feel like I've ever paid attention to before. So it's quite, yeah, things are going well and going really in an interesting direction. So that was my little unboxing and probably a slight ramble on something. I also got the Lavish Earth Crystal Affirmation cards the other day, and I want to do a little flip through of those. I wanted to, but then I started using them and I thought, meh. I'll just post some pretty pictures on Instagram, so check me out at the Green Pixie if you don't follow me on Instagram already. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!